Hello everyone. AmyR here with Prairie Paper and Ink. Welcome back to my face, card making space, live, unscripted, unfiltered, crafty chaos, literal chaos. I almost lost a wafer die, was having a bit of a panic attack.
Just a little bit.
Just a bit, and I was telling the unpaid intern who's in the corner
That's me.
to help moderate, and I was like, we are gonna have to look for this die as soon as this live is over. But found it. Everything's great. Everything's great. Crisis averted. For now. Anywho. Yeah. I didn't actually get a haircut. The unpaid intern never even noticed. I went a little crazy and hacked up my hair myself. Don't recommend. I literally was like, I should give myself bangs. I know better. That's a dumb thing to do. And besides the fact with women is to cry for help. And I was literally like in the bathroom with my scissors and I was like, sort of regret it. My hairdresser is going to be really mad at me, but I left enough length. She will fix it when I finally drag myself in there and get an appointment. Because, yeah, I know what I want and I know how to make it look like that, but yeah, you know, unless you really know what you're doing, especially when you're doing like bangs, things like that, leave it to the professionals, friends. Leave it to the professionals. But my hair's been driving me nuts. I haven't had a haircut in over 2 years. I was like taking my sharp little, it's been over 2 years since I've had a haircut. So like all my split ends, and I was like, again, don't recommend it, but it's hair, it grows back, I'll survive, whatever. But yeah. This morning when I was like drawing it, it just is very obvious what I did to it. And again, welcome to the chaos. Anyway, okay. I think I know what I'm doing. I'm a professional. Super professional. Totally know what I'm doing. Kind of. We'll see. This will be, oh yeah, it'll grow back. I'm not too, it's just, it's annoying. They need to be shorter because I want more, you know. But I got smart after I was like, because once you get too, you know, doing it yourself and you get it too short, there's not much room to fix without looking like a complete psycho. So I will let my very, very good hairdresser, after she probably beats me with the brush. She will, seriously. She'll smack me upside the head with it. And I deserve it. So anyway, I'll fix it. It's fine. Yeah, yes, wet hair shrinks. It does. One side tip, again, I do not recommend cutting your own hair. However, if you have an oopsie, or yeah, your kid has an oopsie, one thing you can do, if you cut it too, but one thing you can do, and I'm not gonna actually cut my hair, but is you got your hair, whoever decided to do it, and if it's blonde, take your hair like this, very sharp scissors, and chop into it like this, vertically. Like this. Because if you ever watch your hairdresser doing it, that is how they kind of soften, so it's not a blunt cut. And that's how I trim my dead ends. I just take it like this and I go, and we're good. We're good. So I kind of did it, feathered it, whatever. I'll deal with it later. It's on the to-do list to get to my hairdresser. And again, let the professional do their thing. But y'all, I barely leave my house. Which, mailing out of cards. This week, was going to do it last week. We got hit with a blizzard and got over a foot of snow. Yeah, it's been great. It's been great. The last hurrah of winter up here in Saskatchewan. So,
it's one of the weirdest ones. Like, I was looking through my phone, and 2 years ago, I had a photo in April. Like,
it was mid-April.
Yeah,
yep.
April 22nd, and there was greenery on the shrubs.
Yeah. But we always get snow in April. Just this year, we've had like 5 downfalls of snow this month. It's been nuts. But anyway, yeah, we got a ton of snow, and I just wasn't leaving my house. It's like, no, but everything's ready to go. All my live stream card winners are ready to go. They are filled out, enveloped, postaged, everything. So that is this week, along with my fabulous Patreon supporters, my top tier. That will also get mailed out. I have to do things in like batches because when I show up at my post office with like bags of cards, they're just like, yeah. So doing that this week. Yes. I will leave my house. It's supposed to get nice again now that the snow has been here and all the things. So anywho, yeah, we got a ton of snow. It was nuts. I left my house. So yesterday I went for a walk with you.
Yeah. I dragged you out of there.
He dragged me out of the house yesterday to go for a walk. I complained the entire time on it, and rightfully so. Because there was like some clear sidewalks. Some of our neighbors are awesome. Yeah, we were trudging through the snow. It was super bright. I got like snow blindness because the reflection. But the cool thing was there was robins, like hundreds of them, all over the place. There were little robins just everywhere, hopping around. And yeah, it was fun. So, and I survived, barely. I fell off the curb and nearly broke a bone. And then I was like, we're going home now. Anyway, do you get tornadoes where you live? Yes. Not very often. Never right here. But we do usually get warnings when that, yeah. We've had a couple closer ones, but never like right here. But that's all been shifting and stuff too. But yeah, we do get tornadoes. It's
like 2 or 3 warnings a summer.
Yeah. We get crazy storms. It's usually just big. It's not as much the tornadoes themselves. It's more like we will get like storm fronts coming in because it's Saskatchewan. So we can see literally for miles, like the sky, everything. And when like the big storm fronts come in and those crazy clouds, like almost apocalyptic, we get that. And then there'll be like tornado warnings and stuff. But me. Anywho. Okay. I think we're good. I'm looking at everybody's comments. And yeah, I appreciate you all tuning in. So, that was my update on card mailouts, weather, me hacking at my hair with scissors like a crazy person. And, last but not least, because I'm using Pretty Pink Posh today. Everything I'm using is like oldie but goodies. We're going to have some fun. I think it ends tonight. Pretty Pink Posh, all of their stencils are 20% off on the Pretty Pink Posh website. I have a link below. You don't need a code, nothing. And I'm almost positive because they did like a little stencil week and like there's tons of inspiration on the Pretty Pink Posh blog. So yeah, I think that little sale ends tonight. So just FYI on that. And then I think that's everything. Is a blunt cut a bad thing? I kind of no. Just when you want like a blunt, like straight cut, professional. Like, unless you really know what you're doing. And yeah, cutting things like fringe or bangs or whatever. Again, unless you really know what you're doing. Yeah, I couldn't help myself. I let the intrusive thoughts win. It grows back, but yeah, I'll get my hairdresser to like. I want like more full and face spray. I layers. I want something. I need to deal with my hair. I just need to leave my house, make an appointment, go see my hairdresser. Anyway. Okay, I think we're good. Yeah, thank you guys. Hoo-doo-doo-doo-doo. Okay. Yeah. Let's make, I'm probably going to make more than one card. I did some prep. I have some things. I linked to everything I'm planning on using. It's listed in the description box below. There's also the visual supply list right at the very top of the description box. It's pinned wherever in the live chat. It used to mean when I pin that sort of a thing, it would pop at the top. Now it's at the bottom of the live chat. YouTube keeps messing with everything. How it pins the thingers. Yeah. So I think it's now pinned my visual supply list right above where you type in the live chat. That's what it looks like for me anyway. I don't know, y'all. It just is what it is. Anywho, hello to everybody. I think everything's good. And if you don't hit that like button, you'll have to pay for Amy's haircut appointment. I mean, I wouldn't say no to that, but I'll survive. Oh, I need a grip mat. That's what I was forgetting. Yep. Okay. Let's get to it. Let me remember. I don't know why it feels like I don't remember how to do nothing. What? There we go. Okay. So, grip mat. I've shown this many times, but not everyone watches everything, etc., etc. This is how I store all of my photopolymer grip mats. Reminder. Let me move my mic one. I do this as a job. I have many grip mats from many brands. You don't need 20 grip mats. I don't even need that many, but I got a lot of them because I do this as a job. And then to store them, I keep them all in mesh bags. This, and I don't take credit for none of this because I'm not that smart. I got the mesh bag idea from Lydia Evans at Altenew, and I was like, genius. And then, because I have a ton of them, I have more than one in here. This idea also, not mine. I don't know who to credit for this idea because Kathy Zielski got it from someone else. Trickled down, you know. But what I do is I take parchment paper and I just cut it, fold it, so every little grip mat is in its own little sleeve, and then it's in the bag. If you only have one grip mat, throw it in the bag. It works great. It barely clings. Love it. But because I have, well, in this one I've got like 3 right now. Yeah, I have 3 different grip mats in here. So then that keeps them from sticking to each other because, again, photopolymer needs to stick to everything. And I detest the acetate sheets that come on grip mats. That was all fine and dandy at the very, very beginning when we had just like one grip mat. But even then, I hated like peeling that. It drives me nuts. So, mesh bag, amazing. Parchment paper, if you have more than one, perfection. And then they just slide in and out. So I can just do like that and we're good to go. And again, they're all great. This one I'm using is the Altenew one. Stain to heck. They are going to stain. Photopolymer, high quality photopolymer, stains. It depends on the ink, color, etc. Doesn't matter. They will stain. It doesn't affect them. Like reds, blacks, purple inks, really any ink within reason can stain these things. Do not use solvents on your grip mats. Either a photopolymer stamp cleaner like Ultra Clean, Brutus Marble Cleaner, etc., or just clean water. If it's really gunky, you could use a little bit of like safe soap, like a little bit of dish soap, that sort of a thing. The other thing to remember, do not use alcohol in these. It will wreck them. It'll permeate the photopolymer over time and it'll turn it gummy. So no alcohol, no solvents. And don't soak them either because that can destroy them. When they get really gunked up and I'll take it to the sink, give it a good little scrub with gentle soap, a little bit of water, let it air dry. He's good to go. So there's my, all the info on how to properly take care of your grip mats. And then these, I have several bags because I have several brands of mats and I just keep them all on a shelf. That's what I do. And it works. So, yeah. There's my treatsy on grip mats and they all work great. Like I've got the Altenew ones, awesome. Waffle flowers, awesome. I have Simon Says Stamp ones, awesome. Waffle flower, Simon Says Stamp. Those are like my 3 main ones, I think. Yeah. Those are the 3 I think that I switch between the most. Is Altenew's, Waffle Flowers, and Simon Says Stamps. So, yeah, they work awesome. And yes, JC Gaspar. I think, was it Wilbur? Is that what they called his as Wilbur? He's got a name for his, because yeah, he has a very stained. They get stained. Is what it is. Anyway, I like the parchment paper. Some stuff annoys me. The sounds of some things really annoy me. Parchment paper doesn't bother me. I don't know why. But some stuff, I'm just like, no, can't stand the sound of it. But parchment paper doesn't bother me. So, I've got a grip mat. I've got cardstock. And then the stencil set I'm using. This is the Prairie Posh Layered Butterfly Floral, which is a 4-layer stencil set. I'm only going to use, I think, 3 of the 4 layers. We'll see once we actually get to it. Like, you don't need the protective sheets to be kept on them then. Oh yeah, if you have these in your, like in a mesh bag, that works. The protective acetate sheets, you just don't need them. The biggest thing is if you find that it's not like sticky anymore, if it's dusty, that will do that. So I would just rinse it off. Or if there's just a lot of buildup, and again, just take it to the sink, clean it with gentle soap and water, let it air dry, should be good to go. So let's do some really, really simple ink blending. Here's isn't stained, it's not being used. Well, true. And again, tools will get stained, banged up, what have you. It's been, and I've ranted about this in live streams many, many times, but for whatever reason, it's been a very prevalent mentality, specifically in card making. I know it goes in other places as well, but in card making, it's been like, I don't know, I kind of know why, but at the same time, it's like everything needs to be pristine, like perfect, and like the end of the world when stamps get stained or tools get a little bit whatever. And I'm like, dude, who cares? It doesn't affect the use of it. Like, does this look, for those of us that are content creators, I get it, you know, wanting to have a nicer presentation, that I get, you know. Again, I'm a professional. Do I do those things? No. Should I? Probably. But, you know, it is what it is. So anyway, we're going to do some ink blending. And I wanted to use a lot of colors, and that's why I'm most likely going to do 2 cards. But we'll see. And I'm going to start with Concord 9th inks. So this first one will be like a pink, orange, yellow combo. So I've got Buttercup, Sorbet, and then Sweet Pea. I'll put that there. That's just so people can see it. So those are my ink colors. It would help if I had grabbed brushes. That would help. There we go. Brushes. Speaking of dust, that's why I want to move stuff around and put that dresser right there. So I can put all my blending brushes in the drawers. Yeah. Because I've been finding that my brushes are getting covered in dust and it's annoying. So one other thing I need to do is move stuff around and figure things out. Anyway, we're going to do some very simple ink blending. And I'm going to use the Pinkfresh Studio 1-inch blending brushes that are really fun. And then Concord 9th inks. So I'm going to do I want to do yellow, orange, pink? Let's just start. And we'll just do a really light bit of color. You're a professional, not a perfectionist. Truth. I always call myself a professional with tongue in cheek. And lately, people have been getting really upset with me over that. Because they're like, you're too hard on yourself. And, you know, I get it. And I'm not negating the time and effort I put in and how all the years I've done to do this as a job. I make cards on the internet. You know, I'm not a neurosurgeon. And I love what I do. It's fun. I say I'm a professional. It's just funny to me. That's all. It's just funny. Like, yeah. Who'd have thunk? Like, oh, I had shown you that when I'd gone through that old book. That was a few months ago. There where I'd filled out what I wanted to be when I was like 5.
Oh, yeah.
I wanted to be a ballerina when I was 5. I don't have skills. So, yeah. And I think the other one, though, I think in one of them I said that after that, when I like got a little bit older, I said I wanted to be an artist.
Yeah.
And then the next one was I checked every single box of what I wanted to be. I wanted to be a fireman, doctor, teacher, ballerina, lawyer. Anyway.
It sounds like it'd be a great TV show.
Yeah, I wanted to be everything. So yeah, I got a lot of interest, but who'da thunk, man? Who'da thunk? Anywho. Okay. So yeah, really simple blending. Yes, tools and stamps and supply, everything. They're meant to be used. They're meant to be used. They're meant to be loved. You know, things are going to get stained. Things are going to get dirty. And sometimes you just need to rip the Band-Aid off and do it. Like, when I have something like a brand new grip mat or a brand new whatever, I get that. Like, I do get that too. It's like, but the minute it gets stained or I break it or whatever, it just takes the pressure off. And it's like, it's there now. Can't do anything about it. Move on. You know? So anyhow, I'm doing very, very light blending because I want to stencil over this. So I went buttercup, sorbet, and then we'll go in with sweet pea. Okay. And I'm like tapping off the ink onto my work surface just cause. So it's, again, not super heavy. And then I do also plan on trimming this down a bit. So if like the very edges get a little bit too much color, I ain't worried about it. Like we got a pretty blend, you know? Soft and dreamy. Okay. So then we're going to start layering these stencils. And what I should do, which I always forget to do, I should use, here we go. This'll work. I didn't link to these, but it's just one of the, like Altinu makes them, Waffle Flower makes them, just a little like layering guide or what have you. You can also use tape. I've done that. I'm just sticking this to my grip mat in the corner so that I can line up the next, each stencil. And with one like this, it's not really that big of a deal. You know, because some layered stencils make a very specific pattern and they need to line up exactly. One like this, not really that big of a deal, but this will just make my life easier, you know? So we'll do that. And then, something about, I'm considering purchasing a glass mat. I do a lot of Copic coloring. Copic coloring there wouldn't really be any difference with coloring with alcohol markers on a glass mat. Really? At all? I like it for like tapping on my brush. You can barely see it there. Here, if I zoom out a little bit. I use my glass mat more like tapping off my brushes because then I can just wipe this off. This is magnetic, which I talked about this, I think, last week. Glassboard Studio, the prices are going up May 1st because tariffs and cost of the materials, because they've like run out of their back stock. Because the Glassboard Studio mats have a metal lining to them that makes them magnetic. So that's why I like this mat is the magnets. because, yeah, I use the magnets a lot to like hold things in place. So, yeah, the prices are going up May 1st. I have a link and a code that'll get you 15% off. And that's, yeah. So, those that were interested or have been like wanting to, it's a good time to start thinking about it now. Because, yeah, May 1st, the prices are increasing. So, yeah, there's a link and a code and all the things. And, yeah, the unpaid intern put it in the chat. So, yeah. Like a good little unpaid intern. So, yeah. And mine, just FYI, mine is the aqua. I don't even know if they sell this color anymore. I have the Tim Holtz ones that are black. I had a smaller white one, and I had a hard time filming with it. And so then I went with the aqua for something different. And, yeah, that's all there was to it. There's no other, yeah. They've got, like, themed ones and stuff, too, which some of them are really cute. They've come out with a few that I'm like, those are fun. But if you're outside of the US, shipping is painful. These are heavy, very heavy. They come very well packaged, but they're heavy. The magnets are heavy, and depending on the size, everything. So just shipping outside of the US is painful. I saved up and budgeted for a good chunk of time before I got mine. So, yeah. Okay. So, I'm just using the exact same colors. Just now going in with a little heavier hand with these inks so that it will show up. Glare will show, especially those that like are, filming, etc. Glare will always show. It's glass. You have to get really creative with where you place your lights or your light source. Like, there is glare. You guys just don't see it because I can't raise my camera enough, but if I raised it more, you would actually see the glare from all my lights. You see the glare with like my MISTI lid and stuff because the lid will reflect from the lights. It's just physics, man. So, yeah, glass does produce a glare, but I've mostly found a way around that for filming. And I like my matte, so it works. Okay. A little bit more. Okay, so that was stencil 1. So pretty, so pretty. And then stencil 2, I can just line them up like that and repeat. And then I've talked about this before, forgot to mention it. I started with yellow, and each time with each stencil, I start with the yellow. Yellow is my lightest color. And I don't want, because if I went pink, orange, and then with yellow, I would either need to wipe the stencil off, or this is going to pick up all that orange, and it's going to get all over my brush, and that's annoying, because I don't wash my brushes either. We've talked about that. Does Amy wash her brushes? No! Like, I don't have time for that, or patience. And why would I? I just buy more. I just slowly keep building up the brush collection so that I have brushes for dark shades and brushes for light shades, because I am not going to wash them. Like, no thank you. No thank you. I love how you have no glare. Yeah, it's just angles. That's it, literally. You just gotta set up your lights so that they're angled away and then I've had to move them around many times until I found a way to, for the most part, avoid the glare. Okay, and then, doop. Gonna add my sweet pea to this portion. And that's layer 2, which gives us that. And then the final layer will just give us the last of our little flowers. You got a blankie?
Just a little cold. I think it was that smoothie.
Your smoothie made you cold. Do you have your slippers on?
I mean, I've got just a pillow on the ground that's separating me from like the cold floor.
I know, and you leave that pillow down there, and I remove it after every live session because I don't want the bugs to get on it. But you're supposed to wear your slippers when you're in here. For those that aren't aware, I'm in my garage. It's the only space we got, and it gets cold in here because the floor is cement with little carpet tiles on top of it. But yeah, the floor gets cold.
The floor is not lava.
And the floor is very much not lava. That is why I am in here with slippers or shoes always. Always, always, always. Not just because of cold, but also because of the spiders. We're not going to get into that. I have a phobia, and I don't like talking about it. Okay. Orange, and then pink. Hello. Okay. This will be the final layer. The final layer, if I'd wanted to add that, just does like the butterfly bodies and like the little flower centers and like can add some little leaves. I don't want that. Don't need it. I just want this background. So we're going to do this a second time with different colors. So to do that, I got to clean up. Gotta clean up this mess first. Okay. And here we go. So let me move those out of the way. We'll set this guy aside. He's so beautiful. So beautiful. And those will soften a little bit, dry back, etc. I gotta clean up my mess, which with stencils. Okay, for the grip mat, I'm just gonna use a baby wipe because again, no solvents, no alcohol on photopolymer. So just baby wipe. Like I said earlier, stamp cleaner if you want. A little bit of water. A lot of times just water does the trick. Or, baby wipe, whatever. I'm going to set that aside for a second. Wipe up the ink. And then to clean my stencils. For stencils, I do this. I do not do this on my photopolymer. Or on, just on my stencils and then on my work surface. Isopropyl alcohol, rubbing alcohol, whatever, 70%. I keep it in one of these Spellbinders Mighty Misters, which I really, really like because I don't have to keep... And I have it clearly labeled so that I do not accidentally, spray it where it doesn't need to be. And then just a microfiber cloth. And this is just quick. You can also just use water. Especially when you're just using like dye-based inks. The only reason I like using the isopropyl alcohol is it's fast, it dries quick, especially when I'm live. So it's like, can go on to the next thing. That's it. And then I have a whole pack of like cotton tea towels that I use just in here for stuff like this. I use it to like wipe my brushes on when I'm watercoloring, things like that, because they just get destroyed with ink and paint, don't care. And then I throw them all in my little bin and I wash all this. Sometimes. So, yeah. Quick, simple.
Question.
I've noticed more content creators doing more live streams. Why I think it is easier, make more dollars. I can't speak for other makers because everybody's situation and reasons and motives and all the things is different. It's the whole live stream thing has gone where I predicted it was going to go when I started getting more into live streams, is that they would get more popular. And a lot of people really like the live streams. I have been getting more and more requests to do more lives. For me, they're a lot of work. I try to plan everything ahead of time and prep and have links and et cetera, et cetera. Like they're a lot of work. That's why I don't do that many. Like I do my one a week, and then if I am able to, I'll try and squeeze another one or two in. But yeah, people are enjoying them. People like the one-on-one, you know, being able to communicate directly, etc. Some people hate them. I've had some really nasty comments and emails and things. Not as much anymore. I think now that like everyone's doing live streams, but when I first started getting into them, people got really upset. I was like, honey, if you don't like them, no one's forcing you to watch them. You know? Some people prefer the faster edited down ones, which I still do those. Those are the bulk. So it just depends. Like some people prefer them that way. For some, they're easier. Ooh, and the light went weird again. That's always fun. Whatever, I'm not going to worry about it. It'll fix itself at some point. Obviously, I reflected something into the camera that messed up my...
Blow out?
Yeah. Well, it didn't blow out. It's just now very yellow tinted. That's another reason why I try to avoid reflection, because my face down, like camera down, he gets angry when the things get reflected and all that kind of stuff. So, anywho, the craft catcher. Yes, I love these. These are from God. I did a video on these when they released them, but you guys don't see me using them, but they're literally like right off screen, right off to the side. But it's a set of 3. They're the Glassboard Studio craft catchers. The whole point of them, because they have that little lip, is they can sit right against, and I can't show it because my mat's too big, but they butt up right to the edge of your glass mat, and then you can swipe all your scraps and things. I use these all the time. I don't put them away. Like when I'm die cutting, I usually have a medium one like sitting like right here, and I'm throwing my little pieces and things in there, or when I have a mess, I can just I love these. I love these a lot. So yeah, they're just right beside me, just right off screen. Okay, Sprout, Tide Pool, Lilac for these colors. Where's my panel? There it is. Okay. So then, do you remember when that lady asked Kathy Zielski to shut up on a live stream? Oh, I've been told the same thing. Heck, people have said the same thing to Tim.
Yeah.
Just like, zip it and get on with the crafting. And I'm just like, when people say it to me, I just laugh. When it's said to other makers, I get really angry because it's like the audacity. Seriously. All this content is free. All of it. You know, it's free content. You didn't pay a penny for it. So for anyone to go onto someone else's free content and be all like, dance, monkey. But yes, we've all had those wonderful comments many times. More crafting, less talking. Yeah. And I just go away. Click the button. You know, go somewhere else. It just is what it is. Anyway. Mm-hmm. But yeah, if you don't like it, you don't gotta watch. A blue, a green, a purple. So, yeah, no, it's, yeah. As I've said, I was just seeing if I had a different brush. As I've said many, many, many times, and I'll keep saying it, The vast majority of the card making community and audience are awesome. Every once in a blue moon, someone will come out of the woodwork and get completely unhinged over whatever, you know, the bean soup of it all. And it just, yeah, you know. Well, I liked your card before you added the splatter. I was like, thanks. Thanks for the engagement. Cool. If you don't like it, you don't have to do it. You know. Or my favorite one, where I finally have a copy pasta response to, is the people coming unhinged and screaming at me in the comments over my glasses sliding down my face. That one has really upset a lot of people. Anyway, we're going to start at the top corner with this. So yeah, people can just be weird. And it is what it is, you know? It is what it is. Yes. Yeah. Like live streams. The vast majority of the content that I'm speaking about card makers. The vast majority of content they provide is free. Free content. Live streams edited, however they choose to do it, is free. When it's paid for, you know, a paid for class, retreat, whatever, that's different, you know. The expectations are higher, money's involved, professionalism, etc. But when it's free and also nobody's forcing you to watch it, if you don't like it, don't watch. It's kind of basic. But some people don't understand that, and some think that them voicing their opinions, screaming in all capitals in the comment section, is going to do something. I'm not doing very good blending here because I didn't really tap off my brush very well. Thankfully, these inks do smooth out, so I'm not too worried about it. But anyway, it's, again, doesn't happen that often. I don't worry about it too much. I had a good laugh. I can't remember if that was last week's live or the one before. All of us had that chat about like accents, because someone brought like my Canadian accent, things like that. And we had a good chat about like specifically accents. And then, oh, I took a screenshot of that comment. Where's my phone? I had a really good, oh, it made me laugh. Because that's what we were talking about in the live stream, was just accents and people pronouncing things differently. Not that big of a deal, you know? And then, there it is. Canadians don't say y'all. That's totally American. And then my response was just, so? I say it all the time as a Canadian, so does that mean I'm no longer Canadian? And then I had to tell the unpaid intern that apparently I have to leave now. So, these are some of the things anyway. I got a kick out of it. So, and yes, Leah, that's kind of exactly how it is. People just get upset about the silly things. I believe they just have problems. And they let their anger out on whoever they think will not give them a proper answer, etc. And yes, the only reason I engage in these sorts of discussions, like during lives or publicly or whatever, is more so to remind the other makers, especially the newer ones, to not take any of it personally. Like, even when whatever commenter is trying to make it personal, whether they are critiquing, aka insulting, your creation, or going after your looks, or like the things you cannot change, do not take it personally. And I know that's easier said than done, but people that come onto the internet and want to flip out over the most ridiculous of things and take all their anger out on those people, that says more about them than it does about the actual person, thing, whatever it was directed towards. Because if you're screaming and yelling in a comment section on a card making video and being insulting and everything else ain't nobody gonna take you seriously. And at the end of the day, I just feel sorry for you. Like, that's it. So, yeah, don't take it seriously. Don't take it to heart. Sometimes it really sucks, and sometimes it can be really mean and hurtful. But you got to remind yourself it's not about you. And yeah. Yeah. Okay. So yeah, it is what it is. However, again, doesn't happen very often because especially in card making, the vast majority of people are just good people, you know, like friendly, and we all kind of protect our own. My own audience is very protective of me when people like to pop out of the woodwork and be unhinged, and we return that in kind to other makers because no one should have to put up with that type of crap. There again is my little TED talk on that. Okay. Actually, that's hilarious. I think when people say things rude online, their keyboard should shock them. Truth. Honestly, I'm very much in the camp of people that like to think they're anonymous online and like just acting unhinged. All of that should be exposed and sent to their loved ones, their mothers, their children, etc. Because if you're going to act like that online, it should just like be floating right above your head, following you everywhere. Because people still have not got the memo. There is no true anonymity online. And trust me, I know, because I've had some people come really unhinged on me over the years, and it takes me all of like 2 minutes to find who they really are. Like, it's just not worth it. Anyway, layering up these pretty colors because they are very beautiful. Even worse. Even worse is that they act like that in person. Well, the funny thing is I have actually met a troll and a hater in person. Night and day difference. Like, ay. Needless to say, that person now has me blocked on everything because I made it very clear that I haven't forgotten the things they said and did. Anyway, that was layer 2 of the stencil. Boop. Lovely. And then last, but certainly not least, is the third layer and reminder. There is a fourth, but we're not using that today because I got other stuff we're going on top of this. Okay. Hello, Simon. Oh yeah, don't even get me started. I could rant about autocorrect. Do not get me started. It's never duck. It's never duck. Also, it annoys me. My biggest pet peeve with autocorrect is when I'm typing like HE apostrophe LL and it always autocorrects to, or when I'm typing like hell and it autocorrects it to HE apostrophe LL. And I'm like, it's never heel. It's never heel and it's never duck. Stop it.
All you have to do is put them in
I
your
know. Chris told me that years ago. He's like, just, put those autocorrected words as your contacts. I've just never bothered. I don't know. I think it's because I like yelling at autocorrect. I don't know. It just annoys me. Anyway. But yes, at times that can also cause issues you know, someone comes across and the comment will seem like it's like, oh, this person's being a hater. And they weren't. It just, something weird got auto-corrected, you know, in translation almost. And it's like, it's not what they meant. So depending on how something is worded, sometimes it's just like, oh, maybe I'm not going to be offended about this because I don't think that's actually what they intended. And usually I'll respond and be like, is this what you meant? And they're like, no. Oh my goodness. So sorry. You know? So yeah, but then the one time it is heal, it auto-corrects to hell. Yes. Every single time. The once in a blue moon when I'm actually typing it out as HE''LL. And then it autocorrects it to hell. And I'm like, seriously? that's not how this works. So annoying. Autocorrect is like my personal, just it drives me insane. And yes, Christy knows. Yeah, she calls her autocorrect. His name is Kevin, and he's always drunk. Drunk Kevin. We get some very interesting texting going, and autocorrect just, again, it's never duck. Okay, so, just ignore the negativity. They just want a reaction. Don't get them started. Within reason. In a lot of ways, yes. When someone is trolling, sometimes don't give them the oxygen. It depends on the situation. But also, just a heads up for those that are not makers. I know a lot of content creators are watching right now. Unless you've actually been in the space and on the receiving end of it, because I get that one a lot from people, like, just ignore it. Just ignore it. Just ignore it. Nope. Again, depends on the situation. If it's just outright trolling, delete, block, move on. They don't get the attention. They don't get any recognition. They get nothing. It's gone. It's done. But sometimes it warrants a response. And it warrants me taking screenshots and exposing. Because it's like, you want to play like this, you know. Again, sometimes it just don't matter. Other times, like, you know, back when we had the whole splatter insanity, at first it didn't matter. And I was going to let that one just go away, not give attention, until the person went after other makers and started calling names, and it turned into a vendetta. That's when I came fully unglued and am now the pettiest splatter queen person on the planet. Again. It just depends. But anywho, let me quickly clean my stencils since, you know, that'll just make me feel better. Just because I can, you know? Just because I can. Yes, like Leah said, ignoring it sometimes is like giving them permission to continue to only get those. Yeah, it always varies, and it just depends. There are times where it's just trolling, and I will get like, I got like a burst of a ton of comments, a ton of engagement, and it was all like middle finger emojis and puke emojis. Literally, just tons of it. And those ones just deleted, blocked the account. No one needed to see it. And whoever it was like, thanks for the engagement. I don't really care, you know? Stuff like that. It's like, delete and block, whatever. So, yeah. Time and place. Okay. Zero social media. Yeah, social media can be, it just depends. Again, card making groups, other card makers, spaces, Facebook groups, etc. Really awesome. When you venture outside our card making bubble, y'all, the internet is a hellscape. And I stay out of the comment sections of non-card making stuff 99.9% of the time, you know, unless I'm in an area where it's like it's like, we know this is our people sort of a thing, but most of the time, not even worth it because people are nuts. They're unhinged, miserable, whatever. Anyway, we got backgrounds. So, this is why I'm going to do 2. And this way I get a rainbow of colors and we're going to get 2 cards. So that's our backgrounds. And I'm going to trim them down. I like when makers clean up during lives rather than slinging them aside. It just depends. It depends on the live and my mood and specifically what I'm doing. Because, yeah, sometimes it's just like, no, we ain't got time for this. Throw it aside. And then I clean everything up afterwards. It just depends. Me personally, I do clean up after every project. But again, that's only because I do this as a job. And if I don't clean up after every project, I'm super overwhelmed and then I can't find anything. As it is, I can't find anything. Let's be honest. Let's be honest. But live streams usually, it's just we fly by the seat of our pants and we'll just see what happens. But it is nice having my stencils cleaned up. It only takes like 2 minutes, but it's one less thing for me to do once the camera's shut off. So I'm okay with that. Okay. There we go. Oh yeah, as for Copic markers, I have no idea. I have no insight there. I do not know. I wish I did. I have not heard anything at all. I still love my Copic markers, but most of my Copic markers are like well over a decade old. Some of them 15 plus years I've had them and they're still fine. No idea whether or not because there was some serious issues for a while with the caps and the barrels having cracks in them and markers drying out, and Copics are expensive. They're very expensive markers. So yeah, I'm not sure. I honestly don't know. So anyhow, okay. I'm always terrified of saying something the wrong way. Meaning like hurting someone's feelings. Oh, that's why I sweat during lives. I'm always scared that, I'm going to say something highly inappropriate and offend absolutely everyone. Hasn't happened yet, but the day is young. It could happen. Let's hope we don't. Okay. So then to enhance these, I'm using, I forget. Where's my packaging? I think it's butterfly. Is it stitched butterflies? Yes. Stitched butterflies die set. This is a big die set. These are large. Love it. This came out years ago. It's been out for years. So I die cut Concord 9th cardstock in the same colors as the inks I was using. So I used sorbet, sweet pea, buttercup cardstock, Sprout, Tide Pool, Lilac cardstock, and vellum to make some of our pretty butterflies. So I've got like vellum and cardstock. And then I've got this one, because the vellum is just going to soften these. Let me zoom back in again now that we don't need to be so zoomed out. And then for their bodies, I die cut these from grip mat sticking to everything. Okay. I die cut these from Altenews Moonstone glitter cardstock, which is so good. So good. Now, the full pack like this, that's a little pricey. You do get, is it 10 sheets? Yeah, you get 10 sheets, 8.5 by 11. So good. Especially if you prefer, like, this is what I call a white glitter cardstock that doesn't have that iridescent reflect, because most white glitter cardstocks do, which I don't mind. It just depends on my mood. But a lot of white glitter can reflect pink, green, blue, etc. This doesn't. Like, it's It's just white. And there is this pack. This is what I bought years ago. This Altenew has these little packs. This is the Milky Way glitter cardstock set, because this is how they used to. You could only get their glitter cardstocks this way. And then you get the Moonstone, silver, platinum, iridescent hematite, sapphire, and black diamond. And I love these things. I've like repurchased this more than once. I've used up, I keep every little scrap of my fancy glitter cardstocks. Like, I keep all of it. Because I was die cutting little scraps for all these bodies. But yeah. So, this is a little more affordable way to at least like get some variety. They have other colors and stuff too. I've used them in videos off and on for years and years and years. And then yeah, I keep every little piece of my glitter cardstocks. Ooh. Because you use them for little butterfly bodies, for little stars, little flower centers, things like that. So, I die cut vellum. And then the cardstock. So the plan is to layer them like that with some liquid glue. Can't have too many butterflies. Truth. You can never have too many butterflies. Stamps, wafer dies, stencils, butterflies, snowflakes, those sorts of things. I have a ridiculous amount. And no regrets. Because they're pretty. And I like them. Okay, so I'm just running some liquid glue right down the center. Not at all worried if the glue oozes out a bit, like through the stitching detail, because the body is going to go over that. So, wish they'd get the green pack back in stock. Some of this stuff is very difficult to, to properly source and restock. It just depends. It just depends. The card making industry has been struggling a lot with all the different things going on that end up affecting shipping and restocking and timelines, all of it. So there is one butterfly, and he's beautiful. We love him. Put a magnet on him. Let him dry. Okay. And then we're just going to rinse and repeat. So this one's the tide pool. And then we just layer him like that. So pretty. And then he gets little body like this, like that. Yeah, I've got many fellow butterfly lovers. I love butterflies. I have 2 big butterflies tattooed on my back. Regret. Let's be honest, that tattoo I regret. It needs to be lasered off and done by a better professional, but that is a series of appointments and a very massive expenditure that I've just never bothered to do. And goodness, it's been almost 20 years since I got that tattoo. Something. And I don't have to look at it. It's on my back, so I just ignore it. Anyway, I do love butterflies. Here we go. Then stick that on. So we're going to have, and see some of them have, again, all that pretty pink Posh, and they're like piercing, stitching. Like, you can't go wrong. You can't go wrong. Love it. I love it. Oh, yeah. Butterflies and dragonflies and all the things. Wish we could see them. If you're referring to my tattoo, not showing it. Nope. Because I don't like it. Funny enough, when I got it, I had a very, very specific idea in mind. And it was actually, at the time, because again, this was close to 20 years ago, I had a set of stamps that had butterflies. And they were very, very delicate, like very delicate line art. Not quite realistic, just very delicate line art, really, really pretty. And one of them in particular, I really, really loved. And when I went in for the appointment, when I booked the appointment and everything, a friend had, recommended the tattoo parlor, whatever. I went in, paid my deposit, booked it, and showed them what I wanted. Specifically, like I'd stamped them out, trimmed them out, and like showed how I wanted these 2 butterflies, very, very like delicate line art, whatever. And they're like, yep, yeah, no, totally, we can do that. I go in, I get it done. It was absolutely excruciating. I was not prepared. I have learned in the time since that the person who did it went way too deep. I will spare the gory details, but let's just say I was like sobbing. And the whole time I was just like, I can't make them stop. Like they were sending people into the room to like check on me. Like I was sobbing. It was not good. It hurt so bad. And again, I couldn't see during. And then when I saw it when I was done, he did it nothing like I asked for. Literally, they look nothing like I asked for. And what hurt so bad is he did this insane black shading, like swirly detail around the perimeters of them. And now, the pain. Needless to say, I found out not long after that he got fired because I guess he was doing that to a lot of people, just doing what he wanted. And yeah. And then I talked to the friend who referred me, and I was really, really upset. And they're like, well, didn't I tell you? It's like you're getting your back knifed. I was like, no, you did not tell me that, because I wouldn't have booked this appointment. Which I've gotten a couple tattoos since that were not near as bad, which one of them you guys have seen many times. Because it's on my forearm. And that one was nothing compared to the one on my back, which is also why I have not ever made the appointments to get it lasered off, because it would take a lot. And I know those, to get them lasered is excruciating. And because mine is so deep, it's still vibrant 20 years later. My skin holds a pigment, which is technically a good thing, but I would like to get it lasered off and get it done properly. But it's a lot of money. And yeah, a lot of money, a lot of pain, a lot of aggravation. And like I said, it's on my back, so I can't see it, so it doesn't bug me. I'm just like, whatever. I'll deal with it someday or just never. But yeah. Yeah. So yeah, I did not get another one for almost 20 years, because that was the thing too. Everyone's like, oh, once you start, you can't stop. When's your next one? When's your next one? I was like, no. And then I did, what was this, last year? Or was it the year before? I can't remember when I got this.
The one on your arm?
I got this one.
I think it was the year before.
I think it's been a year and a half. So that one, and that was nothing. Like that was, and I knew what to expect. And then I've got one that's on my ankle, which I would show to you guys. Actually, if I take a photo of it, because it applies to what we do. But first off, if I'm going to show you guys this, no one's allowed to judge me. I haven't shaved my legs in like 6 months. Like, let's be honest, okay? Here. Actually, you can't even see it. Or like, you can't see the hair on my legs. I've been like sugaring, like waxing for 20 years, so my legs actually aren't that bad. But this is the best I can show. This is on my ankle. Postage stamp. So, with a tiger lily, because that's the Saskatchewan provincial flower. and a little B, and it says Canada. Yeah, 2024. Yeah, because that's when I got it. So 24 for 2024. My plan was down the road, like if I do travel more, is to get more postage stamps in other locations tattooed on me. You know, I'm going to be my own, when you get like stickers for your luggage or something. That's what I'll do. Anyway, that's what's on my ankle. So, yeah, is what it is. Anywho, look at my pretty little butterflies. So, that's what I got for now. And then, I haven't shaved mine in 8 months. Honestly, I have not sugared my legs in a couple years. For those that might know, I'm a certified esthetician. Like, I used to own a salon. I did professional hair removal. When I quit doing that as a career, when I had my 4th kid, I kept all my supplies to do my hair removal because I sugar my legs. I haven't done it in like over a year because when you do it enough, for enough years, the hair thins out. So I can go months at a time without needing to. But summer's coming, so I need to deal with it. I just haven't bothered. Anywho, so now we've got some pretty little butterflies. Doop. There we go. We're just coming out of winter. A lot of us are a little bit more hairy than you. I know, right? Because it's like, why deal with your legs? You're not... No one's going to see it. I'm in winter gear all the time. Was it painful on the ankle? Parts of it, yeah. Some of it was okay. Some of it was okay. And then there were certain parts where I was just like, okay, there we go. But it wasn't awful. But again, I went in with the expectation of it's going to be excruciating because that's how it was for. It wasn't that bad. Like this one, this tattoo. How is the easiest way? Like, it's a very weird feeling. Like it's like little, especially something really little like this, like really just little tiny details. So they're using a really fine, not like it's different when they're adding like black shading. It's like it's the sound is the weird because it's like that, bzz, you know, and it's almost like a scraping feeling, really. So, you know, but that wasn't bad. But there's also it's a little softer. It's when you're getting it on like ankles and areas where there's not very much padding, you know. It hurts. Anyway, we've got our little butterflies. I have sentiments, but we'll get to those because of course we're going to add splatter. So, yes, closer to the bone, it hurts more. So people that get like over their ribs, like down their sides, that is a very painful spot to get a tattoo. So ribs, that poster stamp, because it's quite big, it's about this big. I had hoped to get it smaller because I was going to put it right behind my ear. But then the tattooist was like, no, you need it needs to be a minimum of this size for that amount of detail. And yeah. Okay. So I'm just going to like kind of curl these up a little bit. And then, do they use a stencil? For mine, for this one, yes. She used a stencil to get it like come perfectly straight. And then, yeah. With the other one, she designed it and then they have a special printer nowadays where they can print it onto a special paper that they apply. You apply it, you moisten it, and then it like transfers the design onto your skin. It's kind of cool. So she had already designed it and then put it on. We agreed on, you know, all the things. And then they get to work. So, yeah. Anywho. I found it was like cat scratches. Yeah, kind of. Kind of. Yeah, it's an odd feeling to say the least. But yeah. But yeah, it depends on the location. It depends on the design. It's the black outlines. That's usually the most painful because that's usually what goes deeper. And yeah, It's not fun, man. Anyway, curled these up just a little bit, just to give them a little extra. And then I want to save space for the sentiment, but we're not going to put the sentiment on yet. And I also want to make sure before I adhere, do I want to put these right onto the card before we splatter? Maybe. Yeah. Okay. And we'll adhere those in a second. Before I get to that, because on the inside, we got to add something to the inside. Sometimes I'll stencil, but today I pulled out, where did I put it? The little butterfly border die set is another oldie but goodie favorite. I forget when I got this. This was a couple years ago at least. Something. But all I used, like, it cuts a border and then it has the butterflies individually so that you can do whatever colors you want and they layer like right on top. But I just used the little bit larger and the little body and then just die cut scraps of the same colors of cardstock. And then the bodies I die cut from that Moonstone glitter cardstock. So that we've got these cute little baby butterflies. So I can adhere these together. Ooh, and I just got my fingernail in the glue. Good job. Good job. Scrape that away before it has a chance to dry. So, got these cute little butterflies. I was in a bicycle accident. I regret no shaving because I was brought to the emergency room. And the doctor had to be cute. I was so while I sympathize, doctors see everything. They don't care. Like, they see it all and they don't care. Especially in the ER. So yeah. Doop. Honestly, I will never. This little story will stay in my head rent free until the day I die. It went viral online like years and years and years ago, and it was a lady saying, like, you know, she had a gyno appointment, rushing out the door, grabbed a cloth to give herself, you know, a quick wipe down because, you know, doctor's going to be right up in your business. Thought nothing of it. Gets to her appointment, changed into her gown. Doctor takes a look. She had apparently grabbed a cloth that they'd used to like clean up her kids' crafts, and it was covered in glitter. Mm-hmm. So she was very bejazzled.
Just a bit.
Just a smidge. Oh, it still makes me laugh. So yeah, again, they've seen it all. Doop, 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 boop. Okay. And then the glitter egg. Yep, the glitter egg. Got that one. And there we go. I was like, I'm missing one. There we go. So then, got that. So there's our little barflies. We got those. And then my card bases. Here we go. So we got individual little barflies that we got to like move over a little bit. And then I need to stamp a sentiment. And I pulled out another oldie but goodie favorite. I've used this in a ton of videos. The Friend Greetings stamp set. And I'm using one of them on the front of the card. Mm-hmm. I'll use... Let's just put You're My Favorite. Even though it's going to go on both the insides. But you guys are all my favorites. And again, I wish I could send a card to everybody. Anyway, we're going to stamp that. How'd you figure out the doctor said? Yeah, I think the doctor said something. Again, this story is old. It's from like 20 years. I forget. It was funny. But yeah. Okay. We're gonna line up the sentiment on the inside of my card and then stamp it with some Nocturne ink. I bet doctors have a lot of funny stories. Oh yeah, it would be, yeah. The unpaid intern and I are currently working our way through season 1 of The Pit. I am here for it. I love medical drama type shows. So, yeah. We're like, what, halfway through? Not even? I think we just finished like episode 4 or something like that. 5? Oy. Of The Pit. Love it. Love it. Although I need to write a letter and voice my displeasure over they just had to bring that cockroach in. Talked about that in a different live stream because that episode from ER, and it was Noah Wiley's character too. So of course they brought it into The Pit. But that episode, I saw that episode as a kid, the cockroach one, and it traumatized me. Like, I am traumatized. I still to this day sleep with like a blanket like over my ear because nope. No. This is all I gotta say. So the fact that they like briefly kind of brought that into The Pit, the same similar story, I was like, ah. But yeah, I find it to be quite different, than your typical like ER, Grey's Anatomy, etc., etc. The Pit is much more believable in terms of how it actually would be. Because for those that aren't aware, it's on HBO. So they spare little detail with it. It's pretty graphic, which, again, that's how it would be. And also, every episode is 1 hour of a shift. And the season is 1 day, like 1 12-hour shift in the ER. It's fascinating. And yeah, very much enjoying it. So yeah, very realistic. They've won a lot of awards so far. I think they will continue to. I hope they keep doing it. I know it's been very popular and I love it. So, anyway. Okay, so we've got our card bases, and then this is, of course, why I did the little barflies, so we could add, just so it's got a little extra something. And then we're gonna adhere these guys to the inside like that. Yeah, I've heard like bits about season 2 have come across my feed, which is also why we're watching it, because I was like, I need to get through, because I know how season 2 ends. I've already cried about it, and I haven't even seen it, but I know, and yeah, yep. Okay, so we got that. And then we're gonna do this one. Green, blue, purple, and then add a little bit of glue like that. And we'll just adhere that like so. So then our insides have something, because you guys know I don't like leaving my cards on the insides. I don't like leaving them bare. So we'll add a little bit like that. So then we've got that. I've got a little random smudge. And then we will pop up our backgrounds with some Big Mama foam tape, as is tradition, so that it'll give it a little bit of lift, but not a ton. And then, or not and then, because I gotta coat the back of this. Just use the glue press all the time. I have a review of the glue press on my channel. I did a review of it, like a dedicated review, a couple years ago, whenever it was. Because yeah, I still get asked quite often, like, what is that you're using? Like, what is it? And I was like, it's glue press. Here's the review. And personally, love it. It works for me. Because I found the little, just glue bottles in general, and having to squeeze them, any of them, any type, any style, it was starting to cause a lot of pain. Because I have like borderline carpal tunnel. And yeah, the precision glue press came out. And so I bought one to test it out and see what I thought about it. And yeah, I really like it. Mine clogs all the time, but I never put the lid on either, ever. So that's part of it. We were splattered on the inside of the card? Nope. Does that mean splatter gets on the inside of the card unintentionally? Yeah, it happens all the time. Doesn't matter what I do. If I'm splattering and it's a full card, even if I tape the card shut, splatter still manages to get on the inside. I'm okay with that. I don't really care. It gets everywhere. I don't care. Okay. So there's our foam tape. And then now to adhere these to their corresponding card. Doop. Get off of there. And there we go. And there we go. Okay, so this is the blue, green, purple one. So making sure I have the same card base as the inside so that everything's matchy-matchy. And then make sure we got clearance. There we go. And then we got our butterflies. Because I am planning on probably putting the sentiment like right there. Right there. Yep, that'll work. That'll work. So I can adhere my butterflies. Because I have not forgot. I've forgotten sometimes, but I always remember before the end of the video. But I have not forgot about splatter. There is going to be splatter. There's a method as always to my madness. So put a little bit of that on there. And then using the trigger hurts my fingers, squeezing the bottle. Yeah, for some, this hurt more. It does depend on a person's issues. Yeah, it really does kind of vary. I'll kind of tilt that one. We got that. And then keyboard and monitor spotter. Oh yeah, I got a little iPad in front of me that I mirror my screen so that I can see the comments, and it has splatter all over it. It's got splatter all over it. I'm fine with it. I don't really care. Okay, so got that one. Put a magnet on him for a second. And then, huh? Who? What?
Nothing.
Huh? like, you could have, I did think about it, like blending like certain colors so I could have all of them, but I just decided instead I would do 2. And that way not make it so, not as busy. Okay, got the back off all those. Okay. Now we just repeat with this one. There we go. Pink. Orange. There we go. And then, I mean, the keyboard and monitor and everything else on my desk are not meant to be splattered. Oh, I've got it. It's everywhere. Even though I use that splat box, it still gets everywhere. It also depends on like what brush you're using, etc. So like there's all kinds of little variables. And like I have it on my camera lenses. It's everywhere. It's everywhere. Okay. And then add another little bit of glue. Like that. And then I will do my little yellow guy. Just running glue just down the center, because one, that hides it behind the body so that no glue shows. Plus, by only using glue, that keeps all the, like down the centers, it keeps the little wings and everything free so that they can, you know, have that extra bit of dimension. If you want to keep the dimension, because obviously when this gets mailed, it'll get flattened out of it, but you could pop, you know, a little bit of foam tape behind the wings. I don't ever really bother, but it is an option. Okay. Splatter. I need, and of course my protective papers like fell as far behind my desk as possible. Okay. Okay, much better. Let's move you over there for a second. You'll come back in a second. We are going to use, let's use some Hero Arts today. Got that. I need my little, I need my that. I need a sip of my smoothie. And my fan brush. Okay. Let us add a bit of splatter. I got some Hero Arts white speckle ink. That's good. And then I've got my trusty little fan brush. Like so. And we're just going to add some white splatter. And the thing to remember with splatter, for those that are intrigued and want to splatter, it takes practice. The more you do it, the more comfortable you get with it. It also takes a while to like get a feel for whatever brush you're deciding to use, because like I use this fan brush, but all fan brushes are different. All paint brushes are different. And it just takes, it literally just takes time to understand how it works for you. I do have a video coming tomorrow. Should go up, I think, tomorrow morning, where I did a bunch of splatter. And I use a totally different brush. And I think I explained in the video too that what I'm saying now, basically, like it just takes, it takes a while. You start to get a feel for it. You get a feel for how your brush works, what works for you, what doesn't. And even then, it's still going to go like wherever it wants in a lot of ways. But now that I've been doing splatter for so long, which just sounds ridiculous, but it is what it is. I can somewhat aim, you know, where I want things to go. There we go. So there's white splatter. Do you have Lisa Horton metallic inks? Can they be used to splatter? I have them. I wouldn't splatter with them. No. When I want like metallic splatter, I use that Gonzai Tombi Starry Colors or like Altenews metallic watercolors. I don't splatter with metallic inks. That's just not the way those inks are formulated. I don't really splatter with inks much at all. They don't turn out very nice. It's too liquidy. It sounds weird, but I prefer stuff like this. Like this is basically an acrylic paint that I'm using. Gouache I really like. Again, you can splatter with just about anything within reason. However, inks a lot of times, like dye inks, when you splatter with them, they can sometimes look funny because as the ink is like settling into your cardstock, watercolor, whatever, it can sometimes like feather out. And so then you have these fuzzy little splotches instead of just splatter. Again, there's always a method to the madness and why I do things the way I do. Aren't you worried about getting the splatter on the white border of the card if you use the block? No, that's why I'm doing it. It's literally why I adhered everything first, because I want to get black splatter on the border. I like that. If you don't, then you just splatter, then adhere it to your card. It just depends on my mood. Okay. So, now the black acrylic speckles. Same thing. Just put some on there. Doop, doop. Yep. And the black really does freak people out. And I get it. But personally, I love it. Mm-hmm. Yeah, see, I wanted black splatter on the card base. Because I can. There we go. Okay, so that was that one. And then I need to grab another piece of my scrap paper, because when I do the black especially, I don't want to set another card base down, because then that would get black paint all over the back of this card. I don't mind if a little bit happens here and there, because again, it'll get on the inside no matter what I do. It'll sometimes get on the back, which is fine, but I try to avoid it. But at the same time, And then I've shown in some videos, I don't do that very often, but I have shown too, for those that like the look of black splatter, it freaks them out too much. And they also like very like minimal, is just use a black marker and draw it in instead. That was a tip I picked up from Carly Minner, because she is the queen of clean and simple as well. And she would do that. And I was like, how did you get your splatter? Like so minimalist and just perfection. And it's like, she uses a little black marker. Brilliant. Just brilliant. Okay, that's good. We're good. We're good. Okay. Do you wash out your brush after you wash out your brush after using any color? It does not matter, especially if it's acrylic. These Hero Arts. This is acrylic, so it dries permanent. You wash out your brush, does not matter what color. I wash out my brush, does not matter. Gouache, any of that. You wash your brush out. Otherwise, it's going to harden in your brush, and then you're just going to have a mess to deal with. So now, I keep a jar of water off to the side. I clean off my brush every time. And then we're good. And I wipe my little palette off, and he's good. He is good. Okay. So, there we go. So we gotta let all of that dry, which is gonna take a bit. because I got some big splotches, which I love. And then while that's drying, for my sentiments off camera, I guess we could have done this like on camera because we now have time to let this dry. But off camera, I white heat embossed the Hello Friend sentiment from the Friend Greetings set. I white heat embossed it onto black cardstock, and then I used the coordinating wafer dies, die cut it, and die cut extras to layer the sentiment up to give it like dimension. And then this little sentiment is from this oldie but goodie set that I put in backwards for some reason. I don't know why I did that. This is the little decorative butterflies set. It's so cute. So cute. It's got all these little, you can stamp different little patterns and things. So good. And I just white heat embossed that fluttering by to say hi. I thought that'd be really cute. So yeah, stamp that, and then we will trim him down in a second. But I'm going to stack these together to give them extra dimension, like so. And then, and yes, I love the font that Pretty Pink Posh uses. One of my favorites.
It's another invisible child.
Oh no, it was a delivery.
Yes,
That's what that was. I was like, there's all this noise going on. Is there... You want to go check and see what's going on?
well, I just got an notification saying it's delivered, so.
Well, it's not just that. It looks like there's...
Yeah, I'm coming.
Yeah, I think we have children needing assistance.
Yep.
Thank you, unpaid intern. Sorry, guys. You can remind them that I am currently busy. Oh, my goodness. Okay, so stacking these together like so. I especially like this for like delicate die cuts and just a little, narrow, because this is just easier than trimming down little bits of foam tape, So this will give it a bit of depth, give it a bit of heft. My secret garden kit showed up. Is it in 2 weeks? Crazy. Okay, so there's one. Again, this will probably take a bit to dry, but that's okay. When these are all like done, I will just set these aside. Because generally, for the most part, splatter and whatnot dries within 20-ish minutes. Again, it depends on like the climate. It depends on what you used, how much you used. But these bigger blobbies, these will take a little bit. So I'll give them a good 20-30 minutes to like fully dry. And there we go. So we got that all stacked up like this. And last but not least, that layer. And I either use my fingernail or I'll use like a die pick, something pointy, to when I'm heavy-handed with the glue and it oozes out, just to scrape away. Just to scrape it away. And then we're good. There we go. So there's my like main sentiment. I guess closer to 3. Yeah, Secret Garden I think is in 3 weeks. There is a lot of like, there's like an unboxing live session. There's a couple of different prep sessions, things like that. Those are coming up soon, in like a week and a half, 2 weeks, something. Y'all, I have so many things on my plate. I have a hard time keeping track, especially right now. I got a lot. Okay, I need to move this a little bit because I want to trim these guys down. How do I want to do this? Be careful so I don't smear anything just yet.
No smearing.
No smearing. Oh, I could cut these on an angle. That would look pretty. Okay, let's do that. Playing your sentiments with cardstock versus foam. It just depends on personal preference. Like I just said, I prefer, if I have the coordinating die cut, I will just die cut scraps. That's what I do. If I don't have the coordinating, like a coordinating die cut, then I just use foam. Foam squares, foam tape, whatever. It's fine. Some people get really hung up on it. Others, not so much. I have not had a problem either way. My thing is more just whatever's the most convenient. Okay. And then I'll trim off from that end like that. And then we'll do the same thing with this guy. Just trim off a little bit. There we go. Okay. While I'm adhering the sentiments, the unpaid intern can pick a winner. Yep, 2 winners, because I made 2 cards. Okay, so move a lot of things out of the way so I can see what I'm doing. And then I can boop, boop, adhere this into place with some glue. Like that. There we go. Like that. Because then I can take, yep. Okay. Okay. So in this guy, we're just adhering flat. Right up. Tuck him right under that little vellum wing. There we go. There we go. Just like that. And that was also why I went with black splatter, so that the sentiments were not like sticking out like a sore thumb, because I did them on black. Otherwise, if I wanted it to stay softer, I could have done no black splatter and just stamped the sentiments with either just black ink on white cardstock or stamp them with one of the colors of ink on white cardstock. That would have looked really pretty too, and just given it a much softer like look. But I do like the pop of black. Okay. So, adding boop, boop, this one. Like that. Tucking it under that little butterfly wing. There we go. There we go. Like that. Okay. And then we can tuck in this little sub-sentiment. Right there. Just lining them up with the edge of the stencil panel. And that, my friends, are our finished cards. And they are rainbow gloriousness. These were fun. These were fun. So I'm going to carefully 'Cause again, there's still like some not dry splatter, but very, very simple ink blending with those Concord 9 inks, and then stenciling. I really like this stencil. This, whoop, whoop, this layered butterfly floral. I only use the 3 stencils, but there is a final stencil that does the butterfly bodies. The only reason I didn't do this stencil is because I was planning on putting the black splatter. I did think about using this stencil with like white pigment ink, you know, and sponging the white pigment ink over this. That would have looked really cute, but because this was live, I was like, that would take forever, and I have a really bad habit of smearing something like that. So I was like, well, just skip this stencil. We don't need it. But it does exist. And a reminder of specifically the Pretty Pink Posh stencils, because I'm pretty sure that ends tonight. I have it linked in the description below. And you don't need a code or anything. But Pretty Pink Posh has 20% off all their stencils. I think that ends tonight. And you don't need a code. It just automatically discounts them. And she's got a lot of stencils to choose from. There's a lot. There's layering ones, individual ones. There's a lot of stencils. And love them. Love them so much. And then our inside with the little butterflies on the inside to finish it off. You know? Super duper cute. Yeah, can't remember if I showed that. Yes, a white glitter paste. I thought about that too, but again, live. It would have taken forever to dry. And again, if I had extra time to do prep work and you know, do it all ahead of time so everything's ready to go. But yeah, paste does take a while. But a glitter paste over this layer would look really fun. Or like black paste too. That would look fun. So many things. So many things. I love stencils. I love stencils, and I love Pretty Pink Posh. There will be a new Pretty Pink Posh release in May. Because Paulina, the owner of Pretty Pink Posh, took a couple months off because she had her little tiny person, her second baby, back in March. I think it was early March. Something. So she took a couple months off of new releases. They're still shipping, you know, running their little business. When I talk about, like, I work with really small businesses, Pretty Pink Posh, it's like just her and her husband. And Pauline is a gem. Love her. So yeah, she's got 20% off her stencils. I think that ends tonight. She carries everything else. The other stores I deal with, they also carry a lot of Pretty Pink Posh products. And then just stay tuned because, yeah, I forget the date, but there is a new release in May. So I'll have some videos and like a video hop and an Instagram hop and some live stream fun things. Lots coming in May. I got a lot. All kinds of fun things. So, yeah, there's our finished cards. Do you have winners?
I do.
Okay, give me a sec. Let me carefully organize this so that I do not smear them. Zoom back out a little bit. And then I can switch to... There we go. There we go. Okay. There we go. Who am I going to send these to?
Our winners are Kareen from Oregon.
Kareen in Oregon.
And Ethan in Pennsylvania.
And Ethan in Pennsylvania. Hopefully these ones will make the mail out that's happening this week. Everyone else that's been waiting for their cards since like February, whenever it was. Like I said at the beginning, they're ready to go. I got everything filled out behind the scenes. I've been getting her done. So I'm going to the post office this week because we're not expecting any more blizzards this week. It's supposed to warm up. Hopefully. It's supposed to warm up and the snow's supposed to melt. So planning on it because I need to go to the post office anyway. I need to get more postage stamps and all things. I have a ton of stuff I need to mail out. So I will get all the previous winners and then hopefully I'll get these ones done. And then like I always do, I'll have the photos and the social media posts and everything for this. And then, yeah, stay tuned. I have a bunch more videos coming. Like, I have one coming tomorrow morning for sure. I might have one come this evening. Not 100% on that one. There might even be a couple videos a day because I have a lot of stuff I need to catch up on. I have a lot I need to catch up on and a lot of editing and all the things. All the things. It's so fun. Thanks to Disembodied Hand.
Yep. There he goes.
Awesome. Awesome. And then, yeah, I'm gonna go. I'm gonna finish cleaning up my little bit of,
I'm not gonna destroy anything.
try not, especially not my die cut machine. I would cry. I've cried enough on live streams, but if you accidentally broke my Anna Griffin Empress die cut machine, I would cry.
Yeah.
Side note, that's on sale too. I have a link to that.
You do.
It's near the top of the description box. It's on sale and there's a code for the Anna Griffin Empress because heck yeah, man. So anyway, I have that linked, and then just stay tuned. I have, like I said, a bunch of videos coming. I make no promises about doing a bonus live. I say it every week, like I might go live again. We don't know when. I want to do another live or two this week. I'm just not sure. Cause yeah, I got a lot. I got a lot on my plate, y'all. It's been a little bit, it's been nuts. He would be in picture. Oh yeah. Yeah. I would cry. Cause you guys can't see it, but it's like right off, like right beside me is my Empress die cut machine. I've got a little shelf unit here. And then the Empress Lazy Susan. And then the die cut machine, like right beside me, like elbow length away. And he's a little bit further past that where he helps moderate and stuff. And there's very little wiggle room. I got so much stuff in here. It's a little bit nuts. It's kind of like playing the floor is lava in here quite often. It's just the floor is very, very cold instead. But I have so much stuff and everything's jury rigged and he's careful. But yeah, if he had accidentally knocked over the Empress, falling onto a cement floor, it would have wrecked it. I would have cried. So anyway, it's good. The machine is good. Everything is good. Everything is great. Thank you all for hanging out with me and chatting with me. This was fun. It was fun. I do enjoy doing the lives. I've been getting a lot of requests to do them more. But like I said earlier, it's still a lot of work. And I enjoy it. It's just trying to like find the time, and then things always seem to like go sideways for me. Every single time I'll get things lined up and I'll be like, oh, I'll go live like tomorrow for a bonus live, or or I'll do it tonight, yada yada yada, whatever. And then life is just like, ha. So we shall see. My Empress is my best friend. Yeah, I love my Empress machine. Like, it's a workhorse because I do a lot of die cutting because I do this as a job. So I do an insane amount of die cutting. I love my Empress. And then because I get asked this a lot, I have my Empress, and then I have the Spellbinders Platinum 6. That's my manual machine. Love it. Absolutely love it. Yeah. Spellbinders Platinum 6. It's great. But I use that now. I just use my Spellbinders Platinum 6 just for the Glimmer Hot Foil and for Better Press. So, die cutting though? Die cutting, embossing colors, things like that. I just use the Empress. I need to play with my Platinum 6 though, specifically with embossing folders. I've shared a lot of different sandwiches I've figured out over the last couple years with the Empress and the different brands of embossing folders. But I've seen some other makers you know, like their finished cards and the way the embossing looks on their cards, like on their cardstock, like, and it's like, I have the exact same embossing folder, whatever. And it's like, and I know they're using Spellbinders Platinum 6 for all theirs. And it just, I was like, your results are even better. I need to fiddle. I need to fiddle with that and see which one I prefer. Yeah. And I'm saying it, but do not get your hopes up. Don't get your hopes up. I make no, because it's probably going to be months. I did get my hands on the Anna Griffin. Did I call it the Gild? What is it called? Whatever it is. The hot foil. The hot foil thing. I have it. I'll show you. I haven't even taken it out of the box yet. Yeah. It doesn't. Wow. Look, amazing. Oh my God. Life has changed. Anyway. Yeah, it's called the Gild. The Empress Gild. I was actually able to get one. I will play with it. But like I said, it might be months before I like do a review or anything. Because y'all haven't even had a chance to properly like look at the thing. I'm curious. That's why I got it. Because that is the only drawback with the Empress machine is you cannot fit Spellbinder's Glimmer hot foil machine or the Better Press do not fit through the Empress die cut machine. And yeah, a lot of y'all pressured me. It was peer pressure, so I blame you guys. Y'all pressured me. But several of you kept coming back saying that you got one because I was like, they're saying it doesn't work with other brands of, you know, press plates, foil plates, whatever. And I was like, that's a little weird. But several of you have come back and said it works great, whatever. And then I was able to get my hands on it because I'm curious and I want to compare because I love my Glimmer hot foil machine. It's awesome. I love hot foiling and Better Press. I love them both. I love them both so much. I've done a couple of videos lately. Like I did that Lotus one where I did a bunch of cards because I was hot foiling like a crazy person. I couldn't stop. I was having so much fun. And then pressing, like, because I was using a press plate. And I had so much fun and made a ton of cards. That video took me, that was days and days of work. It was crazy, but it was fun. So anyway, can't get mine to unwarp after using it for just one foiling session. Ooh. Yeah. Yeah. I'm going to have to play with it and I don't have any free time. So, like I said, it might be months before I can give a, like, here's my, you know, honest opinion on this. I heard warping was an issue. No, of course. Of course, now people are hearing that. After I, you know, whatever. I'll test it out. We'll see. We will see. We will see how it goes. Again, I'm more just curious because I didn't need it. Like I have had zero issues with my Spellbinder's Glimmer. I love that thing. So this was more just to see if the Empress Gild will work better. But I guess we'll see. Anyway, yeah, it's going to sit on a shelf until I have time. Because, like I said, I got a bunch of content coming. We don't promote that group. That's talk about meeting someone in real life that after being a really awful troll, horrible That one does not get promoted. Anyway, to unwarp magnet plates for the Gina K machine. Does she have magnet plates? I don't have the Gina K. It's fine, Zon. It's fine. It's fine. It's all good. I don't have the Gina K Intracut machine. So I can't comment. I've had a lot of people asking me about that one too, but I can only get like one those die cut machine, any of the bigger things, because I'm in Canada. The shipping is crazy. And it's hard for me to justify like more die cut machines when I already have a bunch. I really, it's been enough years and I've been doing this long enough. And yeah, I've heard good things about it. Like, I know a lot of people love the Intracut machine. I don't have it, so I can't comment. To use the negative foil to make cards. If you look at that Lotus video, that went up like a week and a half ago. It was a Hero Arts one. I did use the negative, and I actually showed how to flip the plate over and do it that way. So I do sometimes, I don't always. When it comes specifically to Glimmer Hot Foil, I don't always, like, it just, again, it depends on my mood, depends on what I'm doing. Sometimes I'll use the negative foil. I don't always. More so because I just refuse to get super hung up on it. Like, it's a waste. Oh, it's like, I got a pretty foiled something, a background, sentiment, whatever it was I was foiling. And that's great. I don't feel the need to always use the negative. Sometimes though, it is fun. It just, again, depends on my mood. But yeah, yeah. Plates are also warped. They stole the job. Anna Griffin sells replacement plates for the Gild. Okay. Interesting. Thanks for sharing the Pretty Pink Posh stencil sale. Yes, that stencil sale ends, I think, tonight. So just info's below. I need to confess that as yet I still need to unbox my Glimmer machine I got for Christmas. Knock on wood. And you should be fine. However, things like that, things like our bigger crafty purchases, like die cut machine, especially anything electric, but even like just manual die cut machines, Glimmer, even this like Gild, I know I'm taking a risk not dealing with it right away, but just as a like kind of rule of thumb, when you get things like that, a die cut machine, an electric die cut machine, a Glimmer, like those bigger ticket items, unbox them ASAP. And you don't have to like necessarily like get using it immediately. I'm saying more like plug it in and just make sure things are working. Because every once in a while, like I had that and it's only happened to me once so far. Yes, it's only happened once. I think it was the Empress Mini. Yeah. I got an Empress Mini die cut machine. This was years ago now. I forget. I have no sense of time, but it was years ago. And because I wanted, and I couldn't get the Empress at the time. It was impossible to get that thing here in Canada, but I was able to get the Mini. And I got it, and I was so excited. And it cost me like a fortune to like get the shipping and everything. And I plugged it in, and it was dead in the water. Like, it didn't even turn on. And I was so upset because I'm like, at first I thought I was crazy because I'm like, it was a dud. I got a dud, but I contacted them. I was able to like return it immediately because it was a dud. So I was returned it. I got refunded, and then I got a second one. It worked totally fine. My Empress works totally fine. My Glimmer, totally fine. The Gild, I need to follow my own advice and at least plug it in. Make sure it works. But the same kind of applies to even like manual die cut machines. I would recommend if a person gets one, because you know it's a new pricier toy, is get it out of the box, make sure everything's in there that it's supposed to come with, because you know they come with plates and all the things, so make sure everything's there. And then at the very least, like, just die cut one thing or something, you know, just test it out, make sure everything works, because most of these brands that make these machines, etc., they usually have a limited amount of time where the like warranty will cover, but especially if it's just a dud straight out of the box, which again, it's rare. I've never had it happen with a manual machine. I've only had it happen that one time with that Empress Mini, but again, it was just a dud. But yeah, it would just suck. It would just suck, you know? But yeah, I know they're into, especially like hot foiling, like the Glimmer hot foil machine, more than anything. The Better Press, easiest thing to use. Easiest thing to use ever. And I did that on a live. I unboxed the Better Press on a live stream. Used it for the first time live, and it was fine. But for Glimmer hot foiling, in a sense, it takes a little more of a learning curve. However, now that it's been on the market for, I don't even know how many years it's been, but it's been a lot of years. And there is so much content out there, you know, and now that we have press plates, because press plates do work better with hot foiling than the original hot foil plates, those were a lot more finicky. They really were. But press plates, they hot foil so well. So well. Honestly, if Pretty Pink Posh would do press plates, I would be so happy. She has enough on her plate. I'm not going to harass Paulina and be like, hey, I've been thinking about that off and on though, about like pestering Paulina and being like, hey, have you ever thought about maybe doing press plates as well in like Pretty Pink Posh designs? How, like her sentiments, you know. Oh. Paulina, if you ever happen to watch just this part even, I would love that so much. I would love that so much. I would lose my mind. I would lose my mind. I would be so excited. But anyway, press plates, amazing. And yeah, Glimmer hot foiling, it's a little more of a learning curve, figuring things out. But for me, it was worth it, because my inner magpie, I love the shiny, you know, and there's so many options. And yeah. I have a playlist. I have a playlist on my YouTube channel of Glimmer hot foil videos, because I've done a lot over the last however many years since it first came out. I don't remember. It's been a lot of years since the Glimmer first came out. And then I have a playlist of Better Press videos I've done using press plates in all ways, shapes, and forms. And yeah, hint, hint, wink, wink. Yeah. Paulina has enough on her plate with running a business and little tiny humans to take care of and all the things. But you never know. You never know what she's going to have up her sleeve. And like I said, there will be, like, everything I use today is all oldie but goodie, have been around for at least 2 or 3 years. Something. A lot of you probably already have a lot of this stuff. And then yeah, the stencils on sale till tonight. Don't need a code. It's the info's in the description box. And then yeah, there will be a new Pretty Pink Posh release. If I move, I forget when. It's sometime in May. I got too much stuff in front of me to I gotta look in my book. Middle-ish of May. So okay. Good thing I looked at my planner. There's stuff coming up that I forgot about. I'm so organized. Anyway. The cord on my Empress died while I was taking a virtual class. There were tears. Luckily, I had the cord from the mini and figured, oh yeah, I save all the cords from all the things. Yeah, especially stuff like that, like the cord from like my Empress Mini, which is like off camera, and that kind of stuff. Like, yeah, if you ever get a newer one or whatever, I would still, something like that I would keep. I'd keep the cords because, yeah, I have so many cords for so many things. Because again, I do this as a job. The amount of like HDMI cables and audio cables and oh my God, I have so many. And then I have backups. Because those that have watched my live streams for a long time are aware that like we've had some bizarre tech issues, and the amount of times I've like tested things by changing the cords, because it does matter. It really, especially like audio visual stuff, the type of cord, the speed it can handle, yada yada yada, like matters. So I have many. It's kind of ridiculous, but you gotta do what you gotta do. Anyhow, I have procrastinated enough because I have a ton of, again, other stuff to do. The splatter by now that we've yapped, or that I've yapped, is almost completely dry. So that's fun. So I'll do my little photos and my social medias and all of the things. And then, yeah, just stay tuned. Like I said, I got another video coming tomorrow morning. Possibly one this evening. It all is just going to depend. I'm not holding myself to the one for tonight, like must. But if I don't get it up tonight, there might be like a couple videos going up tomorrow. We'll see. But one for sure is coming tomorrow morning because I'm almost fully done like editing and everything, and then it's going to come tomorrow. And yes. Hint, label the cords for machines. I have a box of cords, but don't know what to do. Yes. Yep. Most of mine are pretty obvious what they're for, but a few of them that are very specific types, like for tech stuff, yeah, they're labeled. Like, this cord is for XYZ, like it's meant for whatever. Because, yeah. Oh, I know. You know, when you get your like junk drawers and cords and chargers and charging bricks, you know, because nothing includes those anymore, which is such a pet peeve. Such a pet peeve. And those are the types of things that always grow legs and walk away. And products nowadays don't include the little charging brick. Ever. I'm so annoyed by that. Because seriously, can never find one. Can never find one when you need one. But yeah, I have like dedicated little spots for that kind of stuff. Because they grow legs and walk away, or they just... Anyway. Anywho. Lots of content coming. I don't think I have any other updates. Yeah, I'm doing the Secret Garden Retreat. I don't know if there's any more available for that, so that's why I haven't been like openly promoting it per se, because that Secret Garden Retreat with Altanu is coming up in like 3-ish weeks, because I'm teaching at that. I am doing a little I'm doing the live stream. I didn't post about that. I got to update everything. I'm doing the live session for Altanu. It's already on their website. It's on their website, I think. Upcoming retreats and workshops. There we go. There we go. There's my face. Timeless Motifs 1. Pattern and Elegance. Yeah, I'm doing that. I'm doing that. That's later this month. Or in May. It's in May. It's like at the end of May. I'm doing a live class. My name's on there. I'm doing that too. I'm doing that. And then I'm doing other stuff down the road. So, yeah. I got all kinds of random stuff on my plate. But fingers crossed that I leave my house this week. Sounds bad, but it's true. That is the plan. I'm going to leave my house, mail out all the live stream winners. I got to mail out cards to my fabulous Patreon supporters. I've been working on those for a while now. I got a lot. I got a lot of stuff to mail out. Got a lot of things planned. Lots and lots and lots of content. And we'll just see about bonus lives, because my life is chaos. I'm chaos, you know? But I do like doing them. I like talking to you guys. We have fun. We do. And I appreciate it. And that's it from me. I will catch you all very soon in another video. Bye. Thank you so much to my amazing Patreon supporters. For anyone that might be interested in joining my Patreon community and supporting me, the link to my Patreon is in the description box below the video. For everyone else, as always, thank you all so much for taking the time to watch my videos, for thumbs upping, commenting, subscribe if you haven't, I'd love to have you. And here's a couple other videos for you to check out in case you missed them. Bye!